All right. So we are live again. Welcome back, everyone. It is our Luxe Advisors week. We are preparing for the Luxury Business Experience in Scottsdale, Arizona in September. So let me put the signage up so that you know what we're talking about. If you are just joining us live, make sure that you say hello. Make sure that you just talk to us while we're having this conversation today. And if you get here for the replay, let us know that you watch the replay. We've had some power players this week. So far, we've already had two of our Lux advisors. We had Linda Kane on Monday. We had Dr. Nadia Brown on Tuesday. And today, I have another fabulous Lux advisor to introduce you to. So let's go ahead and get the party started. Listen, I feel like I am in like my week of besties, okay? My week of business besties and just best girlfriends week. I am so excited to introduce you all to Dr. Lisa
Hello,
Lewis. Hey, girl,
hello.
hey. And we
Hey.
did it bestie style because we showed up in the same color this week, not knowing that we were going to wear the same color. We had no conversation about it, but we showed up like, whoa,
Because we like this, right?
look, yes. She said when she got on here, she was like, jewel tones, yes. So we're in the jewels, and this is
Yes.
super, super exciting. So, Dr. Lisa, just let us know who you are and what lights you up about what you do.
Oh my gosh. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for having me,
You're
Shayla.
welcome, girl.
um, my name is Dr. Lisa Lewis. Officially, I'm a naturopathic doctor, functional medicine doctor, a licensed acupuncturist, Chinese herbal medicine specialist, all that good stuff. It just means that we do support like the body in doing its work, its healing work without drugs, without surgery. So I have a lot of different areas of specialty that allow me to help the body do things without having to use medications and all of that. But mostly I support high achieving, like busy, go getter women, entrepreneurs, business women, professionals to be able to determine why their symptoms don't match their labs and maybe why they're having challenges and they don't understand, and then we get to the mystery of their of their health challenge and then support them with changing their lifestyle, their healing, their foods, all that kind of stuff to be able to live a vibrant, happy life,
Because
long
it's
life.
always a mystery, right?
That's right. That's right.
It's,
That's
it,
right.
it, it would be nice if it wasn't a mystery,
I
but
know.
life
Well,
is a mystery.
that's what we do. We put those puzzle pieces together. We help, create that nice understanding, because I know a lot of people don't think about it from the education standpoint, but it's really learning how your body works and understanding how to put the pieces of the puzzle together and making sure you don't ignore your symptoms, understand what symptoms are telling you, understand like why things are happening,
Mhm.
and not just let the body do what it does, but take control of it, and to empower
Yeah.
yourself around that.
I,
Yeah.
I like the idea of taking control
Mm-hmm.
of what's going on in our bodies versus just letting the body do what it does.
Yes.
Being able to take control and say, no, 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 I want to live this differently. I want
Yes.
to live differently.
Yes.
So, in my community, the luxury business community, I usually have like 7 Lux touch points, things that, ways in which I function in my business and in my life. So
Yes.
I'm thinking about you, like, what's a Lux touch that you live by, something that you live by either in your business or your life?
Wow, girl, I got a bunch of them.
Oh, I know you do.
I know we only have an hour, so
It's all good.
I'll be brief. I think understanding the inner, the power of the inner healer, right? Like always staying connected
Yeah.
to knowing that my body has the divine ability to heal as long as I give it what it needs, I get rid of the things that it doesn't, and I constantly look at myself as a whole being,
Hmm.
mind, body, spirit, you know, not just focus on one thing, but really the totality, I guess, which is why it's called holistic, right? That
Yeah.
living a holistic lifestyle. And I think everything else kind of blossoms from there.
The
Yeah.
thing that landed for me that you said just now was divine healing.
Yes. Yeah.
divine. I mean, thinking of our vessel as something that has the capability of healing itself if we work with it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Versus working against it. So I love that. I know some things about you, but I don't know that the world knows some these things about you. Tell us something either unexpected or fun about you that other people
Ooh.
don't know. Because we've had some journeys together, girl.
Yes, unexpected or fun.
Hmm.
Let me go. And again, we gotta think about one again. So unexpected. I guess and most people don't know. Like, I probably am a recurring adrenaline junkie.
Okay.
Like, remember when we were in Miraval and everybody was doing everybody was massaging and I was like, I'm on a zip line.
Y- Yep.
And I
Yep.
like zip lining, right? Remember? So
Absolutely.
I like to I like to challenge myself. But I love the using my body, and I like, staying physical. I guess I used to be an athlete growing up,
Hmm.
so I really enjoy getting down and dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
making sure I'm in it, which is why I try to stay healthy for as long as possible, because I want to be able to climb those poles and zip line. I want to be able to dance all night if I want to, right? Like, I
Because
want to.
somebody does like to dance for you. I ain't want to say.
Yes, I do. I was thinking about saying that one, but I was like, let me go with the other one, right?
It's
So
all good. It's but when you have that, you're living that life with vitality,
yes,
you can do that.
yes,
You can be that person that says, I want to dance all night, and you're not waking up the next day saying,
why do I do
dear
that for?
God, pray for my knees, right?
What I,
you know,
what I, what I do that for, right? Like,
right.
yeah,
You like, so how is this gonna play out when I wake
right, right,
It doesn't have to be that story. And I like that you demonstrate that for us. Every time I speak with you, you're always deciding like, look, I'm gonna do something new. I'm gonna try something else out. I'm gonna
yes,
see what really happens over here.
yes,
So
yes,
that's what makes life fun for us.
yeah,
Um, for those of you, I do see people are watching. So for those of you that are watching, make sure that you get into the comments. Let us know you're here. Say hello. Give us some comments if something resonates with you. We're going to go into some deeper conversations here, but I just want to acknowledge that you're there. Give us a like, a heart, something, because we love you and we
right.
want more.
That's right.
All right. So tell me a little bit. We kind of already started this, but
Mm-hmm,
when you're doing the work that you do with the people,
mm-hmm,
um, how did the journey start? Like, how did you get to the point where you're like, I really want to be able to help people to heal? Like, how
mm-hmm.
did you step into this space?
Yeah. It's a it's different because growing up I didn't learn about holistic medicine. I only
Mm,
knew Western medicine.
okay.
So
Okay.
a
Yeah.
long time ago, when I got the calling, when I was 5, to become a doctor,
Did you all
right?
hear that? 5.
5,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. Um, I thought, oh, I'll be the doctor like my doctor, the doctor that I knew, my family doctor, who was doing house calls, who loved on us, right?
Hmm.
And I grew up in East Orange, New Jersey. Like, I didn't grow up in some affluent area or whatever. Like, this was normal medicine for me.
Yeah.
I thought normal medicine. And then I went, and then time went by, and I kept going through one transition or another, growing up and realizing this is not the medicine that I
Hmm.
thought it was. And now I'm in undergrad, about to go to medical school, and I'm at a crossroads saying, do I want to practice that medicine, because that medicine doesn't look and feel like the medicine that
Hmm.
that I know. And I
Okay.
decided no, and I went to work for the pharmaceutical industry and got to understand the whole landscape of medicine, and realized no, that's not happening. And I started doing my research, and I found natural medicine, and that's when I decided I need to go to naturopathic medical school, not to Western medical school, and that's when the journey began. Yeah.
Are people usually surprised when you say you were in pharmaceuticals with
Yeah.
the work that you currently do?
Yes. Yes. Because they don't expect that I would have like a traditional medical background, but I think
Mhm.
that's one of my superpowers that
It
I
is. It
understand the Western
is.
medicine and the yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that that's something really brilliant about you. That's something that I always love about you. You understand both worlds.
Hmm.
So you're not going to your client saying, "This is it." You have proof where we always say we have proof of what works here, what works here. So it's based in science. It's
Yeah.
based in your studies, in your experience, not just a book.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
bringing the whole
Yeah.
knowledge to the party.
And it's based in lived experience too, because I always tell people I'm not just a doctor. I'm also the patient because I've been through my own healing
Yeah.
journeys and treated as if I didn't matter, treated as if my symptoms didn't matter, treated as if me as a woman doesn't matter in this industry and in the healthcare circle as well, right? And being in the hospital, not being respected, not being treated fairly, right? Like ignored.
Yeah.
Like I don't even tell when if I'm there in the hospital, especially as a patient, I don't even tell them when a doctor. I wanted them to see how they're going to treat me first before that. They want to make their assumptions about who I am before I then get to tell them, hey, well, right. And
Yes.
so it's been a hard journey. Like I had to do a lot of work and constantly doing a lot of work on myself to consistently grow, and I had to get sick to really truly understand what my patients and my clients go through.
Mhm.
And I felt like that made me a whole lot more compassionate, but it also helped me not let rest on my laurels, not just focus on my education, but
Yeah.
really in lived experience. And so that's why I spend a whole lot more time with people, supporting them with making practical changes, simple changes, things that I know that they can do, whether no matter what their circumstances, because the medicine, that I'm just a conduit, I'm just a support
Mhm.
person, I'm just the information is flowing through me and to them. They have to do the work, and so it's my job to make the work easier, right, and to make it
There it is.
available. Yeah.
That's it, exactly. And this is a good segue here because when we're looking at our community in the luxury business community, we have six-figure women entrepreneurs that are typically in that early six-figure stage, all the way up to 500,000, but they are doing the same just as you're doing in your business. They are teaching or sharing from their lived experiences. And it's so much easier for us to do that. But I know that you and I have had these side conversations, like we talk on the phone all the time,
Oh,
but and they're long conversations. I fall asleep on the phone. Lisa, I fell asleep on Dr. Lisa last week. She's like,
and I
Shayla,
knew
are
she
you
was
still
asleep.
here?
I knew she was asleep. I was like, I gotta say something to wake her up. So she don't
But
fall
one
asleep
thing
like
we
this.
know is our women in our community, what we're seeing is they are hitting these roadblocks.
Hmm.
I call it the 250K crisis in my community where they're hitting a wall, a revenue wall. But you also see a pattern of women in this six-figure area or successful women
Yes.
that are hitting their own blocks. Tell us a little bit about the health blocks that may be showing up for these successful women.
Yeah. So this is such a good conversation, and thank you for asking this because, that lived experience, right?
Mhm.
Getting sick from overworking, from
Yeah.
looking at stress as a badge, right? I
Wait a
stress.
minute, wait a minute. Stress as a badge. Tell me more
Yeah.
about that.
Like understanding that we probably, as an entrepreneur or as a businesswoman, you're going to have more stress in either your business world or in your life, like more than a standard person, more than
Mhm.
likely. But saying like I can handle it,
Yeah.
like right, like I thrive better in stressful situations,
Ooh,
right?
okay. If anyone's listening, I'm just really curious. Have you ever told yourself that? Because I know I'm guilty. Like we may say things like, "I work well under pressure."
Hmm.
That's the story we tell ourselves. I work well under pressure. But I can even think about growing up, like watching our parents or our
Yes.
elders, the women in our family,
Hmm.
that they're gonna come in. They've cooked this meal over this holiday, and you're like, oh, I did all this work, cooked all this food, this good stuff, but they worked under pressure.
Yes.
And it's a
Yes.
constant cycle
Yeah.
of working under pressure.
Like not even understanding what self-care means, because we
Yeah,
just go from one thing to the next thing to the next, don't take time to celebrate, to be in gratitude, like to and then if we do celebrate, a lot of times it's celebrating with food, and
right.
and
And
not
that's a
always
whole
right,
nother
and not the right
conversation.
food. That's a whole nother right conversation, right? but
Absolutely.
but learning and recognizing that I call it sabotaging your health for success, or understanding
Mm,
how the success that we've built has sabotaged our health and created um, habits and lifestyles that are breaking us down, and then ignoring the symptoms, like you're not going to doctor if you, or asking questions if you have one symptom or two
okay.
symptoms or three symptoms. You got to have 5 or 7 symptoms,
Mhm.
and be really down before you stop, or before you ask for help, right? And so by
Yep.
then the problem has progressed to a point where sometimes natural medicine isn't the first intervention you can do, because you've waited so long, so it's like a delaying your treatment, or delaying your right. And so yeah,
That's a mess. That's a
there's
mess.
so much, there's so
Yeah.
much,
You
there's
all
so
have to get in the room at this lecture business experience because we are co-facilitating a session. And one of the reasons why I invited Dr. Lisa is because the conversations she was having around health, I was having the same conversation with my clients around their business, them being a CEO. And I'm like, it's all related. It's all the same story, just with a different title. Everything is there. So I'm curious, this we're wearing the badge, there's a stress, there's a hustle.
Mhm.
What's like a hidden sign? Like what's that white flag that your body starts waving to say,
Mhm.
"Girl, you're in trouble."
And there's like this concept of like that we have 5 symptoms,
Okay.
and like but everybody has a different symptom based
Mhm.
on, because our bodies are different, like
Yep.
everybody's thing will show up differently. But one of them is fatigue, like just constantly being tired, or even saying, if you catch yourself saying, I'm tired, I'm so
Ooh.
tired, I'm tired, like every day, 5 times a day, it's just coming out of your mouth, because you're weary, right? Like you're
Yes.
exhausted mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, just you're just wrung out and tired,
Mhm.
but you're you're built, right, to
Built to
keep
keep
going.
running.
That's
Yep.
right, that's
Keep
right,
running
right,
nonstop, right?
right, until your body says sorry, no more for you, and it
Man.
gives you a really intense symptom that you can't ignore, right? So
Yes.
that fatigue, not sleeping, not being able to sleep is a big one. Or waking up in the middle of the night, not just not falling asleep, but waking up. Yeah, cortisol is rising in the middle of the night when it should be, low.
Mhm.
Aches and pains, physical aches and pains that you like go from one place to another. Um, there's just so many, just
Yeah.
there's so many. But some of the red flags are just if you're just exhausted, right, and you don't even know
Yeah.
why. You don't even know why, because you haven't connected with the fact that you're just
You don't
going,
have time
going,
to
going,
to
going.
even realize why.
Right,
You're
right,
just like, I'm exhausted, but I got to work on this thing right
right,
here.
right,
Or I'm exhausted, but this thing is important
right,
right
right.
here.
And
So,
then not
yeah.
putting time in for self, so you never get to the place where you're filling your cup back up, because you're just like go from the next to the next to the next, like the overachiever, right, who's like fix that, finish that, completed
Yeah.
that, what's next,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
immediately, what's next,
You know,
right?
we're always looking at the, okay, check that box. All right, what do we
Yep.
have over here?
Listen,
And
and I'm
I
talking
can
to
honestly,
myself too.
that's why you saw me
FYI.
wave my hand like
Right?
this. We both said to each other, chill out,
That's right.
like
That's right.
you are doing too much. This is not going to work. And it took me, to becoming a big grown adult and experience in this entrepreneurial world to recognize when I needed to fall back and be like, you can't sustain yourself like this.
Right.
This is not a sustainable pattern that you're using in your life. Um, and here's the deal, guys. Our health is our profit in our
Mm.
business. Okay. If our health is doing what it needs to do, that's a profit lever in your
Yes.
business.
Yes.
Because when that lever is like this, it's on E, you
Yes.
can't move.
You can't show up.
You can't
You
show up. You can't do the things that are
you
on that list.
and you can't attract,
That one.
right? You can't attract, right? What are you
That
going to
one.
attract? And
That
and
one.
it's just it is so it's such a dynamic that we've been so used to being in,
Yeah.
and trying to break that dynamic without
Yeah.
it breaking us.
That's the part without it breaking us. And we have to recognize we're of a certain age now. We're 50
Yeah.
and fine,
Yeah.
60 and fine.
I was about to say I just hit 60,
You
girl.
60 and fine, girl. You ain't looking at it at all. I'm 50 and fine. Be 51 this month. But when you're in your age, as we're aging
Mhm,
gracefully, of
mhm,
course,
mhm.
other things are going to start happening with the body too. So you really have to work
Yes,
with your body.
yes,
We
yes,
can't, what we did at 20 and 30 is not working. When you
yes,
hit those 40s, 50s, and 60s, the
yes,
body's like, girl, wait a minute.
yes,
This is the new version. You got to
yes.
start over. Let's do something different. So we really do take for granted, what
Hmm.
we have here. But I am
Hmm.
so glad that we're having this conversation and we're able to merge these
Right.
two needs together.
Right. Because,
So
I mean, Shayla, just think
yeah.
about it from this perspective. Like, especially most business owners and people who are growing their business, probably in the 40 plus range, that's when perimenopause is kicking
Hmm.
in. And you're trying to grow your business, you're trying to show up differently, but you can't remember because you got brain fog, right?
Who the hell did this to
Right.
me?
Or your emotions are going crazy and people can't you can't work with people in the same way. Like, a
Hmm.
lot of those are natural transitions that go along with sleep issues, all that go along with hormone imbalances that people have said is natural, but it's not if you're balanced, if you, right. And so if
Yep.
that stress is going, it's stealing all your estrogen and progesterone, testosterone to make the cortisol, right. And so there I'm telling you, there's just it just feels like the abnormality has become normal, right.
Mm,
and
mm. Oh, we're
and
gonna talk
so
about that. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that because that's in everything.
Mhm.
When you get so comfortable and content with chaos and
Mm,
things being abnormal that you recognize it and say, "Oh, this is just what happens.
right.
This is just what happens." So, with you being that person that can recognize that and clients starting to work with you,
Mhm.
what kind of, what's the transformation that starts happening when these women and men, because you work with men
Mhm.
too. So
Mhm.
when people start saying, yes, I'm going to make myself a priority
Yeah.
and I need your help, what's the transformation that starts happening with them?
Ah. Well, I always like to say they shift from thinking about normal to optimal, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
they're like, no, I don't. I want to be my best self,
yeah.
right? So physically, they start prioritizing sleep. Like, I got to get to bed by a certain time or get a certain number of hours. I start prioritizing the things that everybody takes for granted. I got to hydrate, right?
Yeah,
Like, I always have my little cup, my little sip, right? Like, right.
we drinking. Yep.
And you start to look at life differently, and as a result of just changing your mindset, the body starts to change and you just
Hmm.
feel more energy. You start to crave different types of foods.
Yeah.
Like, your
That's true.
mind gets clear. Like you're like, oh, like I wasn't clicking like this last time. I felt like this was in my 20s, right? Your body, the weight just starts dripping off because your body's normalizing, your hormones are normalizing. So all of these things start happening without you trying to
Mhm.
make it happen,
Mhm.
right? Because you
Yeah.
made one or two or three simple little changes that affect all aspects of you, like multiple body systems, so forth and so on. And they recognize it ain't that hard. I
Ooh.
don't have to do all the
Mhm.
things. I just have to do the right few things that are going to
Yeah.
have an impact on as many body systems and as many parts of me as possible. And so I dare to say easy. It's simpler,
It's
right?
simpler, yeah.
Simpler, right?
And we get to
Yeah,
redefine what
yes,
simple
yes,
and ease looks like too.
yes. And
That's something you're really brilliant at doing.
you don't have to do the same thing that the other person is doing. It ain't cookie cutter, right? It's like my imbalance is going to be, it may look like your imbalance, but
Yeah.
the thing that I need to do for that may be different, and we will get the same result by doing something differently. So I don't have to listen to all the things out there that everybody's telling me to do and trying to
Mhm.
make 15 and 20 changes. I just need to figure out, I need to bullseye I need to figure out what it is I need to do and prioritize those few things and then watch everything shift in front of you. It's amazing.
That's how you live a life.
Mm-hmm.
Focusing on your journey, your way.
Yes.
That's the way to live a life. So, for the women that will be in the room at the Luxury Business Experience, what's one insight? Like, what's one thing that you want them to be able to walk away with when we have this conversation?
Oh my gosh. One
If
thing.
it was just one thing and you're like, I know my job has been done.
I want them to know they can do it.
Yeah.
I want them to stop second guessing and just know in their spirit that if they want to do it, it's possible. And it's possible at any age, with any health challenge, in any
Mm,
situation. Just
yeah.
like you started to build a business, or just like
Yeah.
you made it to six figures, you can do the same thing. The body has the ability to heal. And I think the mind is the thing that stops people the most. They talk
Yeah.
themselves out of stuff. And I want them to be able to talk themselves into
We,
making
we're going to
themselves
treat the
proud.
body as the business. The
Yes,
body
yes,
is the business.
yes,
It's your business, but the
yes, yes,
body is the business.
yes,
And I know we're going to nail that conversation
yes,
when we get the women in the room there.
yes.
Why did you say yes to being a Lux advisor?
Well,
Oh my
because you're
goodness.
my business bestie number one. Because Shayla is the bomb, okay?
Mm,
Love, love, love her community.
yeah.
And because anytime I show up, they always make me feel like, oh my gosh, like
It's
do I
Dr.
talk
Lisa.
do I talk to y'all every day? Because I feel like I'm talking to y'all every day. Like they're so warm. But
Yeah.
also because I feel like your community needs this message and this information more than most, because at that stage in business and when you're doing a lot yourself and you're
Hmm.
trying to build that structure, getting from 6 to 7 figures, there's a lot more on your plate standardly maybe than someone else, right? And so you're
Yes.
going to push yourself all the way to the back and sacrifice yourself even more, because you're like, if I give all of this now and build this thing, then later on I'll work on that, right? And I
Hmm.
want them to know that they can do it all at the same time and do it in a way that makes it even like that's easier than they thought, and that's going to excel their business, and so that they're not in that space, in that 250 crisis
Right.
for a long
Right.
time, because their body and their mind has propelled them past it, right? Instead of
Ooh,
having to
yeah.
sit and have sit in it, right? Like
Yeah.
they're now, right? And so I think your people, really needed it. Your Lux community needs to know that it's not separate.
That's it.
It's
That's it.
not separate.
This is a perfect blend because one of the themes when people come into my room, we love to say it's time for your business to serve you. But now I'm like, do we need to say it's time for your business and body and mind and spirit to serve you? Like it all
No, I
needs to
know.
serve you.
I
Your
know.
body needs to serve you, but it can only serve you if you treat it well.
Right.
The business can only serve you if you treat it well.
We're
So,
gonna figure out. We're gonna figure out what that is. And listen, and anybody in the
yeah.
comments listening, if you have a a, a, a suggestion, right,
Right, right,
about
right.
what it
Let us
needs to
know.
be,
Let us
right,
know because
right.
we could change some themes if we
That's
need to,
right.
but
That's right.
it's a real situation. So
Yeah.
I am going to talk a little bit about this, and I'll be back for another question for you. But as we're talking here with Dr. Lisa today, we are talking about the Luxury Business Experience that we will be holding in Scottsdale, Arizona, September the 25th through 27th. This is an amazing curated experience for six-figure women entrepreneurs with service-based businesses. When I say service, I mean you are servicing your community with your knowledge, your skill set, and you are wanting to grow or scale your business. However, you may find yourself in a place where I talked about that 250K crisis. You're saying, okay, I'm near that, but I have no idea how I can scale this at the current way that I'm doing business right now. I'm already exhausted, as Dr. Lisa has spoken about.
Mhm.
I don't have enough support, can't afford support, don't know how to think about support. And there, you know what? As a matter of fact, you may be settling. We talked about this yesterday. You get into that place of settling of, I'm okay with 150. I'm okay with this, but your dream was bigger. You
Mhm.
know that you wanted something bigger. You wanted something sustainable. You're looking at, how do I create legacy? How do I invest money in other things and have bigger experiences? That's what we're going to be talking about at the Luxure Business Experience. Not only business, but we're talking about the health. We're talking about how you can be supported in your business. We're talking about how you can leverage events in your business. We're talking about your systems in your business and the overall CEO, how you can bring more confidence to your business so that your business can serve you. And as we said today, your body can serve you too, girl. So if you want to be in this room, you can go to the website here at the bottom, luxyourbusiness.com, and you can get your ticket there. We have two tiers of tickets that are available. But if you are a good person that's a good friend with Dr. Lisa, then she has a special kind of ticket available for you just for our Lux advisors. They have special tickets. So you better talk to her, send her a message, get in the DMs, call her if you're close enough with her, email her, say, Dr. Lisa, what do you have? What kind of tickets do you have available for us here? Because Shayla said you had the good.
Yeah.
Go in there and get yourself a treat. All right. So here's a question for you, Dr. Lisa. If someone was on the fence about attending the Luxury Business Experience, what would you say to her?
Oh man. I would definitely say, um, you have to be in the room, right? Like there, to me, like I said, community is important, but
Yes.
sometimes there's places and people who just prioritize community, and then there's other people who prioritize like the business, right?
Hmm.
And with your tribe, it's both.
Yeah.
Like it's seamless. Like they're like a family. I
Yes.
feel like
Yeah.
it's more like a family. And so many times in the entrepreneurial journey, you feel so alone and you feel like you're not understood and you're not supported. And then other times you feel like, yeah, I have a community, but I don't have the knowledge that I need. You get both. You get both with this
Hmm.
experience. We have fun too.
We
So
have fun, girl. Yes, we do. We do things. We do things.
everybody knows my inner child is always like right there on the surface, right? So
Yeah. Because, if you're not having fun in your life,
that's right.
we have a problem. We have a problem.
Right.
If we're doing it just to be like, I'm again, just for the money,
Right.
and you can't enjoy
Right.
the fruits of your labor,
Right.
it
Right.
doesn't work.
Right. I mean,
It
like
doesn't
we
work.
talk about, you talk about the business pillars, right?
Hmm.
We have, the health pillars,
Yes.
and
Yes.
fun and play. As far as the pillars, play is the first one for me, right? So
Yeah.
you want to be in the room because you need to focus on your business, but you also want to build a base of people that you can bounce off ideas and learn from, but that you can also play with, right?
That is it.
Right?
That's it.
Like
Yeah.
you
People that
gotta,
you don't mind playing with, that you're not like,
yes,
oh God, please don't let me go
yes,
anywhere with her.
yes, yes. You know, and to me too, there's so many different ways that you can learn and you'll learn.
Hmm.
Um, it's not just like one, it's not just set up one way, right? It allows you to learn in so many different ways, and so you can learn from the conversations that you're having with the other attendees. Of course, you're learning amazing information from the
Yeah.
stage, right? But those side conversations and the networking, and the things that you can build, that you can continue outside the event, is
Hmm.
also what's important too. So
Yeah.
yeah, to me, there's, I mean, I come back often. I told you, just because I just love, I like being in the energy, but I'm always sitting in the audience going,
Yeah.
let me take this note, let me
Take a
take
little
this
note
note.
here.
Yeah,
We do
yes,
that. We
yes,
do
because
that.
you're gonna learn things that you can implement, like that you're gonna
Exactly.
leave there and do, not just
We don't need no, we don't need
conceptualize
note
things.
takers that just
Yes,
go and
that's
have
right.
a beautiful stand of notebooks.
Right,
We need people
right,
that come in and say,
right.
even if it's one nugget, this is the one thing I am leaving
Yes,
here right now, and I'm
yes,
going to do this.
yes.
So you said it beautifully. There's a lot of collaboration. There's a lot of community relationships that
Mm-hmm,
just happen naturally in this
mm-hmm,
space. And
mm-hmm,
even us doing this differently this year, where we're not having speakers doing presentations, but instead
mm-hmm,
we're doing co-conversations, co-facilitation,
mm.
it's gonna be magical. So I am super excited for it. I really wonder for you, want to make sure that people know how to get in contact with you. Where should they connect with you online?
Well, I was blessed to be in this game for a long time. So I have a lot of URLs and a lot of handles that say Dr. Lisa Lewis. So
Okay.
most times you can find me on Instagram on Dr. Lisa Lewis. You can find me on YouTube. I just relaunched my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Lisa Lewis, spelled just like it is on the screen. Dr. Lisa Lewis ND on Facebook, Dr. Lisa Lewis on LinkedIn, right? Everywhere.
We'll make sure we
and
get those in the
listen,
comments down
and
there for you.
drlisalewis.com website too. So it's
Listen, we can
free.
find her. We can find her. So we'll make sure we put it, I'll put it in the comments here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook,
Yeah,
so that if anyone wants to reach out, and I'll put it in the description too. So if
yeah,
anyone wants to reach out, they can reach out to you prior to the event,
yeah.
just to see, how they may be able to work with you, or see, what else you have to offer. Last thing that I do want to ask you is, in our community, the luxury business community, we call each other Lux CEOs or Lux Queens.
Mm-hmm.
What does Lux CEO mean to you?
Uh, so I can breathe when I say that, because there's a sense of calm and relief,
Hmm.
as opposed to a sense of stress and just running yourself ragged, right? When I think about Lux CEO, I think about doing my business my way, in a way that serves me, that serves the community, and that I'm not sacrificing myself for it, yet I'm still growing and scaling, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
You know what? You're the second person this week that used the term relief. There is a theme that's happening here,
All right.
because when we are taking care of ourselves and taking care of the business and being supported, there
Mm-hmm.
is that you can
Mm-hmm.
just breathe
Mm-hmm.
and let go of the worry. So I love this theme. I
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Lisa. Stick around. I'm going to play a little recap here as we're ending
Okay.
for everyone else. But thank you all for watching. Again, if you're here for the replay, let me know what you think about this conversation today. And we will see you all tomorrow with our Lux Advisor number 4. To see
Yes.
you all then. Hi, it's Shayla Boyd-Gill, the Luxe Business Mentor, and I am so excited. We just finished the Luxe Business Experience out here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. It's been such a pleasure to watch every woman transform in this room, learning not only how to scale their business, but how to up-level what they're doing as CEOs and make an impact at the same time.
Shayla is a beast when it comes to business. Her insights, her wisdom, her mentorship is what brought me out here.
Shayla was masterful in really being that example of how we can build in that support so that we can build sustainable businesses and leave a legacy.
Shayla Boyd-Gill is the real deal. Whenever she has a trip out of town, if I can make it, I'm going to be here. It is amazing every time.
The thing that I really love about Shayla's event is she takes you from beginning to end in your business. She helps fill in those building blocks that you need to really design and create a luxury life that you want.
I think the thing that really stood out for me is that your business's job is to support you, and it doesn't have to be so hard. And when you have a Luxe business, everything you need is provided because you decide to step into your leadership and be the leader that you're meant to be.
And one of the things that I thoroughly enjoyed about the Luxe Business Experience is the emphasis on being congruent, on being consistent, on being committed to your business, and how we as leaders really need to work on getting out of our own way.
But a process for reflecting on what works versus what doesn't, and then what's going to happen as a result really stuck with me because it really made me realize that's a missing piece in what I'm doing.
I know that I'm going to walk away with several things that are going to help me Luxe my business. They are also going to help me Luxe my life, help me Luxe my mindset.
One thing I would take away from this weekend is that I need this community of other women who are strong leaders and strong business owners. We really do support each other, and it just helps really motivate me to keep going.
I tend to be alone in this entrepreneurial world a lot, so actually getting a chance to meet up with like-minded women, it helps me have a chance to reflect and think about my business.
The connections in this room, from the attendees to the speakers, has changed how I see business, shed light on some things that I didn't even know were missing in my own business.
It was nice to be able to connect with everybody at dinner or after dinner and just laugh and joke and just talk about life.
Make sure you come to the next one. It is so worth your time and your energy to be here in the room with Shayla.
Don't miss next year's Luxe Business Experience.
Get out here, the conversations, the friendships, the new sisterhood, all of that. It is worth every moment.
Drop everything and come. It's well worth it.
If you missed this opportunity this year, make sure that you pay attention to the notifications so that you can learn more about the next experience.